Hello everybody, and this is my run of Sumeragi Secret Bunker number 3. Now, this is actually one of the more difficult fights in the game, or more difficult stages in the game to get the S+ rank, simply for the fact of the final boss. You can manage it without taking any damage, and I have done it before, but I made a few mistakes in this run, but it still went fairly smoothly. Now, like the last one, you do have to face off against Isola, Bacto, and Disney, which it isn't too difficult. They're the same fights as you fought them before. I recommend though on Isola, do everything you can to try and get her down as much health as possible with just your main weapon, instead of using the EX weapons, because then you can get a higher kudos bonus from her. And she's pretty easy to hit, especially on her first run, so you can put on a lot of damage with her, and rarely you'll need to use the Rising Cyclone to get rid of her weapons. Now, I recommend only using Rising Cyclone on her when it's absolutely necessary, because for me this is a very easy boss. I don't know if it's very easy for anyone else, but that's just me personally. I don't have any problem with her until she gets to her final attack, Wonderful Rush. But I recommend just like staying on top of it. Don't use Rising Cyclone unless you're very sure that without getting rid of the attack, you're not gonna dodge it. That's how I would recommend. Now, next up is Bacto. He is weak to the Shroud Spear. Now, once again, I'd recommend just trying to use your weapon, your normal weapon on him, until you get to a point where you have to use it and either are going to have a hard time dodging his attack that he's coming up with, or just if you would rather use that. But I recommend trying to use your main weapon. Now, once he uses Sonic Spiral, he should be at low enough health that you could just target him, stay close to him at the top of the screen, and just keep, putting on the damage until he goes down. And then the last step before we get to the final boss is Disney, who is weak to Anchor Nexus. This allows you to keep hitting him even when he's supposedly invulnerable, when he's trying to bait you in with his cape. Now, this actually helps out a lot because you can target him, try and sit up at the top right or top left of the screen, depending on where he decides to sit at. So then you could put on more damage with your main weapon, and just try to get like some extra kudos in to try and get that score just like a little bit higher than it needs to get. Now, once you get him with that, once he uses Total Blackout, you can hit him once with Anchor Nexus just to make sure you can put on the extra damage and target him, and then you should be able to take him out before you get too close to actually, taking contact damage from him and losing your kudos bonus. Now, the final boss, his first form is weak to the Shroud Spear weapon, and even though most people probably already know what the final boss is, I'm not going to say it, at least in this, until we get to that point. So if you want to avoid spoilers, I recommend you stop watching now, at least for the final boss, because I've already gone through the entire game. But his first form is Asimov. He is fairly similar to the fight that you have with Gunvolt in the true ending of the first game, but he does have many different attacks that are a lot easier to dodge. Like, he'll throw around like these weapons that you can go off screen, dodge their attacks, and then when he does this charge, get as close to him as possible very quickly, or else you're going to take damage when the lightning bolts come down to try and hit you. Now, once he goes for his Voltaic Chains attack, or Voltaic Chains, I don't know how you want to say it, you want to stay at about where I am, not too far to the left, and then as soon as that's over, start dashing and try to stay on top of the screen on the right side. Yeah, which way it was. And then just, because that's where you're going to be able to dodge, and then just slowly hover down. And after about 4 tries of trying to hit you, he'll give up, and then you can take him down. Now, his second form is honestly a bit difficult, but after fighting his EX form a bit too much to try and knock out something to get some extra bonuses, I came up with a pretty good strategy for him. Now, you want to stay wherever he is, right in the corner of the little glass jar that he's in. He's also weak to Photon Detonator. You don't want to stay too close to him, because like those 3 balls that shoot out, if you stay too close to them, he'll hit you with that if you're too close. But you also want to stay close to him, because if he does that attack where he uses the 2 electrical ones, then you're going to take damage from that. Now, I made a mistake here as I hit the button way too late and couldn't put the damage on him like I wanted to, because once you get him down to his final health bar, he's going to use Voltaic Chain Meteor. Now, this is a dodgeable attack, but in the times that I was trying to actually like get this done, I could not get it done properly. Now, you want to stay in about the same place you did for his first attack, his first form with voltage chains, and wait till that lightning bolt goes away before you make your jump. Now, this will shoot up and come down on one of the corners. You want to try and get under it as quickly as possible, and then it'll go for the other end. And I haven't been able to find like a decent way to predict that. And then it'll just start coming across the screen and then straight down the middle. So recharge your bullets, and I am actually very close to dying here. Once that happens, just stick with the same strategy, and, you know, just watch out. The swords that he spawns are fairly easy to dodge, even if you don't jump like I did. But with enough damage put on him, he does go down pretty easily. And yeah, that finishes up that. So, yeah. After a quick cutscene and breaking the jars after putting on all that damage, now you can make it through that final attack without taking damage like I did and get your score even higher. And I have done it a few times before, but it is pretty difficult to do because I personally just don't have a way to judge as to which way the thing is coming down. So, yeah, if you can figure that out, that's a good job, because then you can actually like, dodge that no problem, unlike I did. But yeah, I got the S+ rank. Now, normally I would show what Kohaku says, but there's a cutscene in the end of the game, so I'm not going to be showing that here. I'm just going to have the S rank up. But I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope this helps you get the S+ rank, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.